Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we have kind of a different video. We have a PSA reveal, except this PSA reveal is all vintage soccer cards. For a bit of history or a bit of context, I had been collecting random vintage soccer cards here and there that I purchased off eBay or ComC, and have just kind of been gathering them up over, the last year or so. Since I've been collecting soccer cards. There was finally a vintage special from PSA, I think a $15 special way back earlier this year. I sent this order in back in March. It was received, I think, March 16th, and I just got it back yesterday. And as we're recording this, it is September 15th, so almost exactly a 6-month turnaround on a 17 card order, I believe. So not super great. It was stuck in, obviously, research for a while. You'll see some of these cards are kind of weird or different. And then I imagine it was stuck in assembly for a while just because of the unique nature of some of these cards and how they needed to be assembled. So just kind of a slow moving order overall, but I figured I got it back. There's some cool stuff in here. Some stuff that you'll recognize, and then some stuff that is, probably pretty unique. So yeah, let's just jump into it. I'll give some thoughts around just the stickers and the cards themselves, but also I can talk through the pops really quick, and then any relevant values to any of these cards. So without further ado, let's get into the first one. So the first one we have here is the 1971 Mr. Softy. I found all these football badges on ComC. I found the Liverpool one because I'm a Liverpool fan, and I thought, hey, that might be a cool one to have. And we sent it in, and we got a PSA 3. You can see there's some edging and stuff there. So, I didn't really have any expectations for this. This is a Pop 1, none higher. I think this is the only one from this set even graded. So, not saying it's like super rare. It's probably just not a super desirable set. But I think it's kind of cool. PSA 3, Liverpool Football Club. So, I'll take that one. Next one, this one should be familiar. This is the 1959 Heinerli, the Di Stefano. PSA 1, you can see there's some pretty gnarly creasing and stuff there. I think I got this off eBay a while back for like $50, and I was like, okay, cool. This is a Pop 7 with 70 higher. So obviously, not a super, super rare card, but, just love the full picture and the full color there. And yeah, I think this one, there was a buy it now that sold recently on eBay of a PSA 1 for like $100. PSA's assigned value that they have when you look up the cert number is like $70. So nothing crazy there, but a nice looking card, especially given that it's a PSA 1 and has a lot of bending, creasing in it. Okay, next up. This is the 1965 Bergman. This is the Bayern Munich team picture, PSA 1. Again, you can see on the back, it was definitely pulled out. There's definitely some peeling on it. But this one I thought was cool because it's got Jared Muller and Franz Beckenbauer in the photo. This is the same year as one of Muller's iconic rookies. So figured we'd take a shot on that. Pop 6, 33 higher, and it's probably valid. It's probably like a $25 card. Nothing too crazy there, but pretty cool. 1963 Sicker Verlag Di Stefano. This is the Bundesliga AC. This is the PSA 2. You can see definitely some sort of glue staining on the back. Honestly, kind of happy with the PSA 2. Just all things considered, off-center glue on the back. This is a Pop 8, 8 higher. Again, probably like a $25 sticker. This isn't anything super crazy, I don't think. But pretty cool. Legendary player. I like the red on the red. It's kind of a color match. 1966 Sicker Verlag. This is the Yashin. PSA 1, you can see again, definitely just pulled out of an album. So nothing too crazy there. This is a Pop 4, 14 higher. So, not super, super rare, but not like there's a million of them. This one's kind of cool. I got a bunch of these off ComC. Most of them were definitely pulled out of an album. But some of them were, more legendary players. So this one here's the 65 Sicker Verlag Pele, the perforated. They almost look like stamps. Again, you can see this one definitely was stuck in an album at one point and removed. You can see the glue and the paper peeling, but did get a PSA 1.5 on this one. So it's a pop 4, 39 higher. I don't really know in terms of value. Nothing crazy. This isn't like a crazy card, but technically my first Pele, only Pele, so that's kind of cool. I do like the green. I think the green kind of pops really nice, so pretty cool one to have there. Yeah, can't complain. All right, same set here. This is the Garincha. This one got a PSA 1. You can see this one is kind of miscut, and again, just some peeling, and was definitely in an album, but just another kind of legendary player in that set. And then pretty much the same thing here. This is the Ybio. This one actually got an authentic. You can see on the back, well, you see one, it looks kind of, I don't know if it looks smaller to me, but on the back, it's definitely just kind of a mess. I mean, this one was definitely in an album and yanked out. So quality not great there, but, getting it in a slab is pretty cool. And again, just like the set, I don't know, they're just cool. The colors are cool. Just kind of eye-catching. This was definitely something I did. Like I said, I bought these a long time ago and was thinking like, oh, it'd be cool to like grade these and see how how they come out. Definitely more of like a learning type thing, and didn't really anticipate it would take 6 months to get these back. So, and then here's the same set. This one actually you might recognize if you follow my Grail Quest bankroll challenge. I bought 4 of these off ComC, and I decided to take, at the time, the 2 that I thought looked the best and send them to SGC. I think I got an SGC 3 on one of them, and then an authentic, basically saying it was below the minimum size. And I sold the 3 for like, I don't know, it was, we lost money on it. But interestingly, I sent the other 2 via PSA as part of this order. This one got a PSA 6. So this one is a pop 2 with only 1 higher. So one of the highest grades possible. And this is the pop 2. So both of them got a PSA 6. You can definitely see on the back. The back is still intact. Definitely wasn't stuck in an album at all. The front, it's perforated. So this would be a tough set to get like a super high grade on. But was pretty pleasantly surprised with these. I guess I forgot to mention this is the Pushkas. But just kind of, I don't know. I guess this is like the pleasant surprise. Got 2 PSA 6s on those, and there's only 1 higher. So these are the only PSA 6s, and there's only 1 higher currently. So pretty cool in there. The next one I really like. So this one is the Johan Cruyff 1970 Voetbal Weekblad. I know I'm butchering that. I don't speak Dutch. But basically what this is it's like a weekly magazine that would come out. And this was basically hand cut out of that magazine. And this is a PSA 2 with 3 higher. And I believe I was looking up comps, and a PSA 2 sold for like $120 recently, and then a PSA 6 sold for like $300. So this is maybe somewhere in the middle of there. PSA 4, pretty cool. I just like really weird, unique stuff like this. Like this was one of the, I don't even know if you would call this a card. This is one of the items that I had that originally got me, buying and collecting a lot of the items in this order, solely because I just like these weird, funky, I don't know, items or cards of these all-time great players. It's also kind of refreshing sometimes to send in an order and know that you're not going to be getting like PSA 10s and PSA 9s and even PSA 8s, and we're in a case like this, like a PSA 4 is actually like a pretty good grade for something like this. So it's kind of nice just not really feeling the shock of like, oh, I got a PSA 8, this is worth nothing, right? It's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of like a nice change of pace. Here's another Cruyff. This is the 1976 Adison Volcano. This is a PSA 3. It's a pop 2 with 4 higher. I think I actually have 2 copies of this in SGC. I think I have an SGC 6 and a 4. So I picked this one up off ComC, and it didn't look like stuck or anything. Definitely some wearing down, but I'm like, hey, this would be a cool one to have in a PSA slab. So pretty happy to have the PSA 3. And then I think you can probably see the next one here. This is, I wouldn't say like, definitely not Cruyff's like best card, but like one of his most recognizable rookies, just in the sense that I think there's actually quite a few of them. This is a pop 60 in a PSA 1, 154 higher. So certainly not a rare Cruyff by any means, but for a PSA 1, actually has pretty good eye appeal. You can see it's pretty well centered there. No major like staining or anything on the front. The reason I got a PSA 1, as you can kind of see, I mean, you can literally see through it, right? Like this was in a album. They used the glue or, you know, whatever was up here. It got ripped out of the album, and you can see like this whole side of the back just got ripped off. So not a surprise there that I got a 1. I think was maybe hoping it might get a 1.5 or something, just given like the centering and other issues, but certainly not in the best shape. But hey, it's still a Cruyff. It's, you know, one of his quote unquote rookies. So, you know, not going to complain about that at all. I think the last values on the PSA 1s were somewhere in like the 150 to 175 range. So still like, you know, not nothing. All right. Next we have the 81 Panini Vote Ball. A couple of Rudes here. So we have a PSA 3 and a PSA 5. The PSA 3, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it. There's like some paper loss right there. But the PSA 3 is a pop 2 with 22 higher. The PSA 5 is a pop 7 with 10 higher. So pretty cool looking stickers there. Just like the aesthetic look of these. Definitely like kind of an old school vibe. But I just like the design. '80 FKS Soccer 81. This is the Johan Cruyff. This is from when he, this was later in his career. I think at the time he was playing for the Washington Diplomats, although that looks like he's wearing a Barcelona jersey. But PSA 4, it's only a pop 2, 3 higher. Not a super valuable card, but again, kind of a fan of just collecting Johan Cruyff, especially just some of these random issues that are lower pop that I think help make for a unique collection when combined together. And then finally, this is actually part of our Grail Quest bankroll challenge. I bought this a while back off ComC. I want to say I got it for like $15, $10, $15, somewhere in there. Roberto Baggio, 1988 Euroflash, the Calcio 89. Got a PSA 5. Honestly, I mean, I know stickers are tough. Honestly, I was hoping it would get a little higher than that just because it looked in really good shape. But I mean, with stickers, it could be the littlest thing in terms of, I mean, centering's obviously off. It could be just some paper loss, or it could be, you know, just some waviness or whatever. So PSA 5, it's a pop 4, 3 higher. So now that we finally have this back, we'll try and get it sold as part of our bankroll challenge. Not expecting a ton there, but, you know, good to kind of keep things moving and keep the money going. So that's really it. I don't know, something different. Definitely enjoy grading and getting these back, the vintage cards. I think it's just kind of unique compared to a lot of the other stuff that most people grade. Not super thrilled about the turnaround time. And honestly, if I'm being frank, like I really like vintage cards. I'm nowhere near an expert. In fact, I'm like the opposite of an expert when it comes to vintage cards. You know, other than I know a lot of them are pretty low pop, and a lot of the issues kind of come from all over the place, all over the world, different magazines, etc. I don't really know anything about vintage cards. So for me, it's just fun to, you know, experiment, buy certain things, grade them, and just sort of, you know, enjoy the hobby that way. But that'll do it for today's review. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.